Yep.
Andalusia Marine, located in Andalusia, Alabama, your express, all-wheel stick steering, Polarcraft, Starcraft, Veranda pontoon dealer. One call heating, air, and refrigeration, Mr. Stephen Dubb, air conditioning guy you can trust. RMC Mechanical Contractors, located in Chelsea, Alabama. Give us a call for all your industrial contracting needs. Styler Arms, located in Bessemer, Alabama. You can also pick these rifles up at Simmons Sporting Goods. That is a Steyr Scout in that picture. I've been hunting with a pro hunter for about 30 years, guy. One of the finest rifles made. Pick one up today, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alpha Plumbing, Mr. D. Robinson. He's been with us since day one. Call him for any of your plumbing needs, a plumbing guy you can trust. CT Ward Power Sports, Camden, Alabama on Highway 28. Your Excel center console, side console, golf your pontoon, Hustler Lawnmower, and Mercury and Yamaha service dealer. Power Brakes. If you want to get your total boat control under control, get you a set of these. Give old Chad Clifton a call. www.mypowerbrakes.com.
All right, folks. Welcome back.
Going on.
Hey,
All
hey.
right, guys. How's John and Jessica doing tonight?
Doing good, bud.
Doing good. I'm glad to be back, man. It's already Thursday. I look forward to this because I know like Jessica and I were discussing before the show, it's going to be Friday tomorrow. So it's going to be a pretty week. I think all the water's finally starting to go back down and Grenada's filling up. So everything's good in the world right now.
Yeah. I saw some pictures where Grenada's filling back up. All them guys over there, they'll be all secretive about that probably.
Yeah. Some of them post, I don't know which one it is, was posting, it was dirt. And then several days later, there was several, feet of water. So that's a lot of runoff over there. You don't realize it, man. Now we got some people tuned in here. Old Chris Collins is on here. Corey Newby. Keenan's tuned in from YouTube. Tim Reeves, Jess Pratt, Scott Seals, Dustin Shields Fishing. Appreciate it, buddy. What's going on, man? Holden Higgs.
You said Keenan's tuned in?
There's a Keenan. Keenan, I can't say his last name. I know it sounds like he's from Louisiana.
Okay, I was thinking it might be the Keenan Senior. I think it was that we met at the expo this summer.
Oh yeah, we met. We sure did. You never know, man.
Yeah, his son plays football at Alabama.
Okay.
A
lot of people tuned in from YouTube land tonight, man. We got 76 people right out the gate. That's good, man. We appreciate everybody. Hope everybody's doing good, man. The weather's been pretty. Hopefully we're done with all the cold, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more rain coming. I'm sure. So, and a lot of wind. It's coming too. I mean, me and John talk about the wind every day. They miss that forecast a lot this time.
Well, today when I was on the phone with you, it started picking up and it cut off again, and goodness gracious, the bite today for me, about 10:30, it was like a light switch.
You told me. You said it just like I was on the phone with you, and you said it looked like somebody pulled the plug on them.
It did, really did.
There we go, man. We tuned up. South Louisiana. That's where he's from. That's where that Keenan's from right there. And we appreciate you tuning in. Doug Lott's tuned in. Steve Tidmore. Rodney Talley. Greg Hammett's on here, man. Byron Weiss. Hey, Byron, how's everything down? You follow cleared up any down there, Byron? I was wondering if it has.
Byron.
You follow. I'm at Seminole. Excuse me.
Seminole, yeah. He used to be all the time on you follow, but
yeah. I'm sure Holden Higgs will get that question out of the way because I know it's going to come up. So
just jump on in.
yeah, we might as well get that over with when this show gets going. And John and I've talked about it a bunch. So it's such a double-edged sword, man. We don't want to kind of cause no bull what's going on, but it's kind of messed up, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is. So. Justin asked me, try. Yeah, I'll be at Bankhead Tournament next Saturday. You'll see my fat head right down there. right on in there, buddy. I promise you, I'll be at Franklin's Ferry. Yeah, Dustin saying the big girl's starting to hit the deck. I seen where somebody on caught a 4-pounder, was releasing it at a Bass Pro Shop in
Yeah,
North Carolina. Did you see that?
I did. Somebody mentioned it to me. I didn't personally see it. I caught some donkeys today.
Yeah, I didn't get the pictures. You're supposed to send me some pictures. So
I thought I sent. I'll send you some pictures after this.
yeah, I know you didn't have a service. Hey, Mitch Blunt, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, some of the places I fish that I mean you can try to send it, but it's not going to go through.
Oh yeah, I understand. Let's see. Yeah, man. If you get a chance, guys, and you're local or you're coming up for the tournament, come on out to Franklin's Ferry, man. Even if you don't fish it, man, you can talk to these guys on this that fish this trail and meet a lot of good fishermen, man. You'll see. I think there's going to be a few big fish hitting the deck. I got to go find me some. I found some little dinks, but I didn't find nothing worth talking about. So for sure. Well, I know Holden wants to get into this. We'll get into it. It'll be short, I promise you.
Yeah,
He wants to know what's going on. Crappie Masters is not. They're not taking a few fellas' money, 3 or 4 guys' money because they saying it's all accusation and stuff that they was using their phone during tournament hours, texting and whatnot or whatever. But man, I really don't have a dog in it, to be honest with you. I will say this: if they wasn't winning or if they was in last place, their name would have never been brought up. So, like I said, I wish they would have just met with everybody and changed the rules and got more specific and let's go fishing and have fun instead of singling out people. And I don't know. I ain't gonna get all into that stuff, but I mean, it to me, like John and I discussed, if they don't let them guys fish and you win a tournament, it's always gonna be you wouldn't have won if they would have fished. So if you want to beat the best, you got to fish with the best. I mean, end of story. And that's the way, John's the same way. So, but like I said, we ain't gonna get into a bunch of details about it. We're gonna have fun on this show, but I don't know about Holden. I hope it's all gonna come out, and I hope it works out, and they get to go fishing. Is all I'm gonna say about
well, here's what we want to say about it. Any negativity that gets added into crappie fishing is not good for it.
No.
The sooner it goes away, the better off it'll be.
That's
so
exactly
right. We'll just nip it in the bud right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
We don't have a dog in the hunt, so any negativity that goes into crab fishing, that we're not for it. So we want everything to be positive and everybody try to help each other and everybody have a good time. So let's just go from there. I don't think us commenting on it is going to change anything.
No, it's not going to change anything. There's all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
We're just going to leave that alone.
Yeah, we ain't going to get into it, Holden, because this show, man, it's a positive show. We have fun. We're trying to, like I said, have some fun and help some people catch some more fish and enjoy people's fishing pictures and everything else. So it's really negative stuff towards crappie fishing and the crappie fishing industry. So it all work out and hopefully it'll be over with quick, like John said. So let's get in here. Tony's saying that background's making him hungry. That does look good, boy. I remember that food because I cooked it. I promise you. I remember that food.
Yeah, no, let's discuss our fishing this week, how the fish works.
Yeah.
Oh, fishing high? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, John, y'all want to kind of detail before we run any questions what y'all went last weekend and tell everybody what you ran into and all that good stuff.
Oh, man. Well, not necessarily last weekend, but this week is just, man, the fish are starting to move up high. And oh, gosh, I love it. We talked about it some last week, but I fished this week in some really, really muddy water. I'm talking about like in their face type jig fishing, and unfortunately having to use a long pole, and I hate having to do that. I like to cast, but to the point that I put the jig on the fish, he recognizes it and will lose it after he recognizes the bait and miss the bait. I mean, it's that muddy. It's terrible. Caught some really good fish. They're starting to do that thing where they come up and the sun gets up and they're sunning. It's so much fun. I mean, you can recognize those big fish that come up high. Right now is a great time of the year to be fishing.
Oh yeah, a lot of big fish are being caught, man. Bubba Hansen said he's heading to Seminole. Byron sent me some pictures. Said he caught some off the dock. So hey, that's a good sign for sure. I was looking at a question here. Somebody was talking about something. So you went, John. Do you think with those little those sonar balls, those rattles will help you in that muddy water when they're like that or something? Jessica liked the way I said that. Oh man,
I
you know
don't
what I'm
know.
talking about? Those little rattles, you know.
It's funny that you brought that up. I just heard about those today. I
I
mean,
actually, the crazy thing is, believe it or not, guys, back in the day when I used to cast and beat the banks, we would, Tommy's done it with me. He's tuned in. We put blades and those sonar balls in a loop knot on top of our jig. And, you know, when the water was muddy, we caught fish with it now. Did I know what I was doing? No, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just throwing it, you know.
So let's just be clear. My buddy told me about the sonar balls, and I was asking about it. He's like, I'm not telling you. He was just joking, you know, and
Yeah.
he told me about them. I didn't. So just to be clear, I didn't say anything about this before we go any further.
It just came up. Shiloh was talking about it when he and I were fishing together Saturday.
A little
So
rattle. It's like a little bead rattle thing.
yeah, it's a little. It's a little. It looks just like a bead, Jessica, but it's got BB rattles in it. It's got a hole. You know, hole. You can people tie the loop knot, and the ball will be sitting in the loop knot, rattling above the jig.
Huh. I haven't. I did order some. I will say that, but I have not used them. I think that it probably would have been handy. Yesterday, I was in some really in a real muddy situation. No, day before yesterday, I was in a real muddy situation, and I could see where it would have been helpful. Today, the water was a little bit clearer, but the fish you just could not do anything wrong. Typical black crappie fish. You did one wrong dip or something, you know, anything like that, and the bite was not coming. So kind of had to excite the fish into biting today. Like if they start chasing, you know, a fast twitch and a faster cadence on the reel, but caught some daggone pigs. That's right. Shane, we can't hear you, Shane. Can't hear you, bud. Uh-oh. Hello. Hey. If anybody hear us, we've been having some technical difficulties. Oh no, no. That microphone, it got to go. Hey, okay, I'll leave out and come back in, or is that what you want me to do, or can you hear me?
I don't know what it is.
There we go. Woo! There we go.
Can you hear me?
Touchdown! Touchdown!
I still can't hear you.
Really? I'll leave out and come back in.
All right. Okay. Like somebody tried to call me, guys, and I couldn't. It kicked me off for some reason. I'm sorry. Gotcha. I'm glad y'all can hear me. I can't hear anybody else. So. Anyway, I'm glad y'all can hear me. I appreciate it. There you are.
There we go.
Yeah, I had to cut my phone off. Somebody tried to call me, and it kicked me off. I've never had that happen, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm glad y'all stayed on here. Thank y'all for your patience. Man, I was like, we got a ton of people on here. We were talking about the sonar balls, John. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about them and talked to somebody about them today, and I said, well, I mean, you know, I'm not doing anything with tournament fishing or anything anymore. I'm not gonna say anything, but
yeah,
but I have never tried them. I think it would help in muddy water where they're trying to pick it up. You know, I'm all for anything today. A couple times I was so frustrated having some real big fish in front of me, and I just get them to do anything. I don't know it, man. But I've been messing with some fish this week they're like barely under the surface. And when I say in the numbers on the top of the screen, and I can't always get them to cooperate, but it's still fun. I mean, you'll be looking down the water just to see if you can see the fish that close to the surface.
Golly, I know.
Let's try it.
Hey,
Yeah.
It must you want to dip net them. I'm guaranteed.
Yeah, just going to dip net them, you know.
Man, I appreciate everybody staying patient with me. A guy that used to work with me tried to call, and it kicked my butt right off of here.
Yeah.
Mr. Tony Adams is on here. I appreciate you, Tony. We was talking about Eufaula. He's right there. He guys down on Eufaula. He catches a ton of fish too. Lord,
yeah. I put a post out. That dang Tony, he can lay a brush pile on that ledge better than
I
anybody.
seen that. Yeah, if y'all not following Tony Adams on Facebook, man, he probably puts more brush piles out than probably anybody I keep up with. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, he knows when people are trimming their crepe myrtles because he's going around picking them up.
Yeah, bud. Let's see, man. I've heard a Crappie Crane was saying that he's heard Grenada was getting accessible from a recent range. Yeah, we were just talking about that when the show started. It's starting to fill up, man.
Hey, Crappie Crane, don't say that too loud. Them boys be wanting to stab you from over there.
Oh,
they don't want you to know you can get in that thing.
You're right about that. Old Destin, he's tuned in. Appreciate it. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any. I got to catch up and get refocused here after my darn phone rang. I'm sorry, guys, but
somebody was supposed to have the phone cut off. I ain't gonna call no name.
Yeah, that was me. That'd be me, because it does, guys. It kicks this thing off, and now I know John needs to go out and come back in. I didn't realize that, and that kicks. I'm glad John done that, because I'd have been sitting over here. Hey, I'd have been sitting over here. We're doing this. You know. Oh man, I could talk about mine and Shallow's trip. Now that was a good time, guys. I went up to Gunners were with him. He said he'd been catching some fish, and I'll tell you, we were throwing 45 and 50 feet on live scope with these fish, and of course Shallow's got 26-year-old eyes. He can see something, in a blink of a second, way faster than I could. But I will tell y'all, that fish would be sitting down there on the bottom, and your jig would come out here at 40 feet, and as soon as it would get there, that fish would make a move. If he even flexed, you better start reeling. Shallow was like, start reeling. I'm like, huh? And that fish was coming, buddy. And they looked like, they acted just like bass do. I mean, identical. That's what he was saying. They were feeding on those flats. But I'll tell you something Shallow also showed me. The channel was 46 degrees, and then when you got up on the flat, it was 50. And I'm not talking about 100 yards difference. And you wonder why those fish go up there. And we've said this before on shows, like, I wonder what 5 degrees equals to air temperature and stuff like that. But those fish know it. I mean, for sure, because the ledges that we were following and stuff, man, he educated me pretty quick. Especially on a lake scenario, he's like, check this out, and about dark, man, those fish come out of the bottom, son, and we went to working on them. I think we ended up with 50-something fish. I think it was a blast. But you get a chance to go with Shiloh up there, anywhere, Weiss, Dealey, anywhere, you better go, because it's always fun to go with somebody different, because you always learn something. It don't matter who you go with. So, sure, I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of people tuned in. I mean, we got 150 people. Thank y'all, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Jessica and I, we caught the heck out of some fish this past weekend when she got to go. They were all of them were up in the water column and eating. The first little bit we were out there, it's like bam, 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 and we saw one real good. This lake, the lake we were on doesn't have a lot of big fish in it. And right. I saw one up in the water column, and I said, "All right, baby, you got first shot." And I'll let you tell the rest of the story.
I didn't catch it.
There you go. Oh man!
Hey, I gave her first shot. You know what I'm saying?
What size? Somebody asked right here. Tony Tucker was asking, what size bait you use in that muddy water, John? That's a great question. Thank you, Tony.
So the day before yesterday, I was having to use that long pole when I was using an 1/8 ounce, but I was still using a smaller profile bait. I don't know. I'm trying to find a happy medium in that. You're just trying to get them to recognize the bait and then take it away from them, and ease it up. I mean, they'll get totally upside down looking at it. And I probably about an 1 3/4 to 2 inch bait. I never ever really use a big bait, but we were using that 8 just to, because I was taking that long pole and trying to set on those fish quickly. Typically, when I'm casting, I'm using a lighter jig, and like today, I was in some clearer water and was throwing a 30 seconds out, 30 seconds out jig, because the fish were way up and the water was clear, and I was trying to keep it slow above them.
Yeah, you got to go to that smaller profile when you're casting to keep it up in the water column, John. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I understand. That's a good idea. Tommy Randolph saying somebody needs to make a metal rattle ball with a shot inside of it that will show up. That like your lead. That'd probably be it doesn't have to be solid either. That would be a good idea to come up with. Somebody make a mold, put some rattles in it. That may be a great idea, Tommy. You better not share that too much. I'm going to take it off here. Oh, man, somebody's asking me about how to keep the plastic bait on the up here, man, before my phone call and mess some stuff up. Somebody was asking how. There it is, Junior Jones. Shane, what is your setup for making plastic jigs glued to your hooks? Man, most of the jig heads I'm using got keepers on them, Junior. Got the Limits Tackle got a little old wire keeper on them. The Timmy Toms have got a screw lock on them.
Yeah. Hey, Junior, a lot of that, when people were super gluing that stuff, they were using that like Marvin Garland mess. You catch 2 fish and your jig's tore up. I'm just being straight up.
Hey, I mean, he's telling the truth, guys. Those soft baits,
those little that super soft. I'm just being honest with you. That bottom garland, you catch about 3 good fish, and you can throw the plastic away. I mean, they do have a bunch of different colors. I mean, that's cool. But if you get a good quality plastic and you put it on a good jig head and keeper, then you can, like today, I beat on some fish and I might have swapped the plastic out one time.
Yeah, like what John's saying, guys, you get on fish and they're aggressive, especially a stump or a school.
Yeah.
And you got to take that bait off because it's hanging all lopsided because it's tore in half. That's the most aggravating thing. I used to do it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I used to do it. But now I can throw some of these baits, Limits Tackle.
Yeah. Buy you a bait that's made in the United States by a United States veteran, or Air Force veteran, Steve at Limits Tackle. I mean, it's made in the United States. That other stuff, I mean, you're gonna be swapping out a bait every 3 fish.
And I've used it till it turned white, guys. I'm talking about the color. Yeah. A black and chartreuse was white. They had done sucked all the color off of it. But I mean, hey, the way I look at it, guys, like John and I discussed this, we've actually this is our year anniversary right now. We've been doing this 1 year to date. I mean, no kidding. If y'all would have seen my fat head a year ago on this thing by myself trying to add John on here,
yeah.
I was sweating just bullets because it was.
I forgot to send you flowers for our anniversary, Shane.
I'm sorry, John. That's okay. It's all right. But yeah, today, what's crazy, guys, is we've been doing this a year already, and thanks to y'all, it's grown like crazy. But all the stuff we use, guys, we bought it all initially. Every bit of it. The power brakes, the limits tackle, everything. We bought all that stuff. So, now they're part of the show, but we paid for all that stuff initially. We use it. So it's easy to, if somebody wants to sponsor you, the stuff that you use. I mean, it's really easy. So you guys know, because every time I talk to the sponsors, they're like, hey, man, my orders are picking up from Alabama. They know that's got something to do with the show and you guys. I mean, they know, we appreciate it for sure. I'm trying to get down some more questions. There was a bunch of comments.
Happy anniversary, Kevin and Jess.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
That's right.
They got Kevin and Jess got the same anniversary we do, Shane.
Yeah, that's right.
We won't never forget it now.
That's right. There's Tim Pentecost. Him and Shiloh went fishing today. They slipped off.
Oh man, they caught some fish too. Golly, they caught some fish. Yeah, we it was a good day on the water for Alabama anglers.
It was a good day at work.
Yeah. Oh, country, that's true. I mean, Bobby Garland, they do get respect, country cousin, because we did start out with that, but they are soft, and I ain't gonna argue about it. It's hard for me to use them, but
yeah,
like I said,
they need about probably need about a handful of alum in there in the bag with them, draw them up like you did old pickles. When you pickling pickles, put the alum in there and draw them up.
Hey, that's what started it all, though. I mean, that's the God's honest truth, and they've got more advanced. I guess they started putting saltwater stuff in this stuff. I don't even know,
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it makes sense, that they want you to use a bunch of them so you buy more. I mean, hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. That daggone mayfly color, I have used a pile of them.
Me too. I've used more monkey mints, but I've sat there and I'm getting sideways, and you have to change it, and your buddy's over there ripping them. And you're over there fumbling that bait trying to get it on. I've been there, done that, Exactly. Let's see. ATX, they make some great baits. You're exactly right, Bubba Hansen. They make some great baits. They sure do.
But and by an awesome guy that owns a company. I mean, we're friends.
Where is Bobby Garland made now? Since we're really on it,
I heard that the factory's in Guatemala now. I don't know that for sure. I don't think it's in the States.
Yeah.
But I know we don't want to get off on this, but
yeah, I was just curious.
Let's just talk about it being high floater season, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I'm praying for some high floaters. I'll be honest with you. I went to Bankhead high floater hunting for 8 or 9 hours. I ain't seen nothing floating but trash. You know what I'm saying? I was praying for them for sure.
Tim Pentecost said we got to renew our vows every year now that we got an anniversary. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Adam's asking, was the crappie scattered or schooled up on the flats in the 50? They were solos. Sometimes me and I'll tell you this, Shiloh and I ran into about a 6-pack of big ones, and me and him both caught one, whack whack, reeled him in. The next cast we fired it in, he broke off, I broke off. I mean, we fumbled that first 6-pack we ran into, and but it was, I think the most fish getting towards dark though, they really started coming out of the bottom, guys, and there were a lot of fish. A lot of fish up. Wade Cole's asking about Big Daddy. I guess we can. Big Daddy, I talked to him yesterday. I haven't talked to him today, but he was thinking he's going to get to go home because he's better with the flu and his kidneys were coming together. But they got to run the biopsy on him, and I think he's got to go Monday, and they'll give him results and let him know what's going on exactly. Right now, it's just hearsay till they read it to him. So we'll know something Monday. I'm sure he'll post something about it. So. For sure. Yeah, G Daddy has some baits. You're right, Kevin. They make some tough baits too, buddy. Power brakes. Steven, he's always posting about his power brakes, and they are awesome. I use them, buddy.
Yeah. if you hadn't seen the update he put out, we need to talk about that, Shane. You know
the sidekick. He actually makes them for your Raptors and your power poles now.
Yeah, he's come out with a piece, you know, that adapts to what you may have. So if you hadn't, you know, if you're on the fence about getting Power Breaks or using their products, go to Power Breaks on Facebook, or you know, Google Power Breaks, and look at some of the things he's done. He's trying to stay ahead of the game. You know, he's constantly, Chad Clifton is constantly coming out with something to better your fishing experience, and we can't brag on it enough.
No, he's a great sponsor for us, and every time I talk to him, he's working on something. Hey, I got something coming. You know, and he's really trying to get into the bass world. He's pushing it. I think he's got a couple of bass pros that's going to come on board with him.
I saw where he had Mike Iaconelli there at the shop with him.
Yeah, he picked him up from the airport. He told me, and Mike didn't even know what rear trolling motors were. He was like, "Hey man, I seen a boat at Lake Fort." You know, he was like, "What was that?" And I guess Chad had to explain to him. But there's a lot of stuff coming out, so y'all pay attention to that Facebook page, man. Let's see, guys. I hope I don't miss no questions. I'm trying to.
I guess they'll be okay with me talking about this. And Andalusia Marine is they're building some custom boats now. I don't know.
I did see that.
Yeah, so they're coming out with a 20-foot custom boat. It's going to be a stick steer boat. All right, so a lot of people like to be in the front of the boat, you know, when they're driving a boat, and you know, especially like with mobility issues and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not just for that. You know, some people just like to drive the boat in front of the boat with a stick steer boat. Well, they've come out with a 20-footer right now, and it's going to be wide enough, wide at the front where two people can fish up front, and you can still drive it from the front. So it's going to be something like that. There's nothing else on the market that's going to be like it. They're going to have one produced here probably in the next month and a half. We're actually Saturday going to go out and do a commercial for Andalusia Marine. But it's going to be on the 18 Ultimate. But they're coming out with a 20-footer. It's going to have a live well just straight in front of you. You just drop the fish right in front of you.
Man.
Oh, it's going to be the dream, man. Just catch fish, drop it live well right in front of you.
Scott was asking me about those drum shallows. Shallow showed me some drum at Garnersville. I swear to y'all, they look like Jack Travail. Them things was 40, 50 pounds. I said, "What is that?" And he goes, "That's a drum." I said, "Do what?" I'm trying to catch it, of course, but
yeah.
I couldn't believe the size of those things, Scott. Really, I mean, no kidding. Oh, Country Cousin Greg's asking, Garmin Live Scope, Lowrance, Active Target, or Humminbird, John?
For what?
That's a great question. Thank you, Greg.
For what?
He just stayed compare. If you went to buy one today, what would you do? There's different scenarios.
Side imaging Humminbird, forward facing sonar Garmin. I've played with every one of them. I've taken every one of them out on the boat. You know, that's just me. Now, I will say this: I'm not a big fan of the Garmin side imaging, but the Lowrance side imaging is good.
Yeah, I agree.
Scott Seiler and I dropped some brush this past weekend, and we put one block in the middle of it and come back by, and you can see the string and the block hanging in the middle of the brush. I said, Scott, I said that's where you got it dialed in right there, buddy.
that was his Lowrance, you said?
No, that was on my Humminbird.
Oh,
but it was on my little boat. It was on my. We're on my little boat.
I got you. Oh yeah. That's, you know, I'll say this, Greg. If you already have Lowrance units, it'd be silly to go buy Garmin stuff. You know what I'm saying? If, you know, that's what John's saying too. But out the gate, it'd be Garmin and, you know, Humminbird.
That's far side imaging. Now forward facing, Garmin is whooping their butts. for the live scope forward facing sonar. And that's my opinion. Totally. That's all. I mean, yeah, nobody's in the big leagues enough to get any sponsorship for that kind of stuff. We're paying money just like everybody else
Oh
is.
yeah, Lord, yeah. That's a good thing about it, guys. We you can message us, and people do, and I've talked to a bunch of them. John has too. We'll tell you straight what we use. I mean, I'm not trying to have. That's somebody was asking when we're going to do one of these crappie camps, one of these Mad Adam tour things, and I guess we need to set a date in March when we can do it because we're going to be pretty busy going to Grenada. So
We got to plug in a date. Jessica might not be able to make the first one because with her job, we're going to be gone for a good while in February.
Oh yeah,
but we promise y'all we're working on it. It's not as easy as what you think.
Oh no. I knew February was going to be busy, guys. March maybe we can get something. Planning around the Alabama Crappie Trail and all that stuff. And
yeah, we don't want to interfere with what other tournament trails or anything's got going on because we want them to succeed. But we definitely want to do it. Just gonna also have a little vacation trip planned in March, but either way, we want to try to do something one weekend in March, but we don't want to bleed over into the spawn where the fish are like, oh, some are on the bank, some are out here.
Yeah.
We want it where everybody can go just smash fish,
Yeah, that I think late April and May when those fish get done, John's telling y'all, dude, they'll pile up where you can hold hands out there and tie boat to boat and just stroke them. I mean, I know what he's thinking. I mean, I know everybody's anxious to do it, but man, we want to be able the crappie camp and the Mad Adam tour. We want to be able to come on there and you catch these fish, and you go up and say, "Hey, John, what are you using?" Okay, and then we get back to the parking lot and everybody kind of, you can look at everybody's stuff, and ask questions and, go out to eat, hang out together. I don't care if it's 30, 40 people. It does like, Trump's got a saying, me and John's got a saying, we want to put the fun back in fishing, period. That's what we want to do. We really do. Because it's gotten away from that. And it's, I remember when I played ball and I didn't go any further because it wasn't fun to me no more. My heart wasn't in it. It wasn't fun to me. And, fishing has always been fun to me. And it's easy to stay positive about fishing because if you don't catch any fish, you can always go look for more places to catch fish. I mean, it's not really a wasted trip. It sucks sometimes when you don't catch them, but you're ruling out a bunch of water too. So
Shane, I got we talking about fishing today. I got to send you this picture, man. These fish are like 4 feet under the surface.
Oh,
I mean, it was.
Yeah, that's high floaters on Shallow. He likes them things. I'll tell you what though, Shallow can talk all that mess about that long rod. That mug can cast with the best of them. Don't let him out. I told him, I said, I don't want to hear that BS again. Because the first fish come up, he fired out there 45 feet. I said, hey, hang on just a second.
Hey, we were breaking him from all that Yankee stuff.
I think so too. I seen him cast. I looked over him. Hey, what's up with that? He really did. And man, we had a great trip. I'm sure y'all seen it on my page. Let's see. I forgot about.
Hey, just what casting poles is Shallow been using lately?
I seen it in the boat.
Oh, she said, I don't know. Well, it's good that you don't know. Outlaw.
I did see a 6.8 Outlaw.
Yes, he's been using that 6.8 Outlaw. Yeah,
I seen him use it. He had some Jinko rods he was casting.
That was a setup.
Oh yeah. Hey, this is the funny story, guys. Shallow, I said, hey man, I need to get some snacks. He said, Tim left some honey buns in there. We're gonna kill those things. We sucked up some of those honey buns, Tim. My bad. I'll have to replace them. We ate a couple of them out there, no kidding. Oh man, we did do that. Tony, what's the question you got there, Tony? What about using minnows in muddy water? Are you not allowed to use them in tournaments? Yeah, you can use them in most tournaments, John. I guess you didn't have any other day to try yesterday, did you?
Well, currently there's only one tournament that you can't use them in, and that's the Mr. Crappie, because there's not the elite tournament trail anymore. So yeah, you can use minnows. I just hate the hassle of buying minnows and using them. You got to go find the bait shop that's open. Who's got the healthy minnows? When you buy them, you got to worry about taking care of them. And I don't know. I should, yeah. It's especially when we're going somewhere that I know has got big fish, and this is the time of the year to catch that special fish.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's it's that time. That's why we're going to Grenada. And it's that time of year to catch that big 3-pounder plus.
Now,
for sure.
I'm sure when we leave out, when we leave out, we're going to be gone a week on our little fun fishing tour. We're going to have minnows. Ain't no dang doubt we're going to have minnows.
Oh yeah, 100%. You don't do that. You got to do that for sure, man. What's Jason asking here? What would be the best trolling motor with spotlight for my dad's boat for the money? With a spotlight, he's saying, John.
I love that he asked this question, but I hate answering it because everybody's financial situation is different.
Oh yeah.
Now the Tarova has got good spotlight, but if you're going to try to eventually progress to be a good forward-facing sonar fisherman, you need to go to the Ultrex, because that Tarova, the foot pedal on the Tarova is junk. It's just the flow of it's not good, and the reaction of it's not good. Eventually you'd want to be with the Ultrex. I mean, I've seen so many people swap from a Tarova to an Ultrex after just coming on the boat and seeing. But Shane uses the Garmin trolling motor all the time.
Yeah, I use it a lot. We lost them for a second. They'll be back. But Jason, I do use the Garmin, and I'm used to the feel of the trolling motor. I mean, it's a great trolling motor, but necessarily the Ultrex. You don't have to buy the new one. I can't remember what the new one's called. You don't have necessarily to buy the latest one, but even the old Ultrexes, you can catch a lot of fish with that thing. But that spot lock's nice when you're getting fish off, or if you're setting in current and you know where the top is, and you're counting the jig down and stuff. It's easy to do. But yeah, Quest. Thank y'all guys. The latest one's a Quest, so it's a fine trolling motor too. Don't get me wrong. I bought that Garmin because my War Eagle has a drop down deck, and I didn't have enough cable with a I didn't have enough cable.
Hey,
same thing I did.
Yeah, well, same thing. Somebody called me, and it was somebody that knew we were on the show.
It'll kick your butt right off there, guys. Well, I was talking about the Garmin and different stuff. He doesn't have to buy the Quest. He can buy the older version, Ultrex and be fine.
Yes.
But that Quest is so silent.
Yeah.
They actually, I'm proud of Minn Kota and Humminbird and all that stuff. They've stepped up their game, and fixed the bushing problem, come out with a wireless, the brushless motor.
Brushless, yeah.
Yes. And believe it or not, guys, I'll tell you how you got a good trolling motor is, you can really get on those fish and tap that thing, and them fish don't even look up or nothing, They might hear the boat, but that's when you've got a good trolling motor for sure.
And the Minn Kota was a lot slower than the Garmin, but now that son buck, it is quick. Son.
Well, when we were at the Crappie Expo, John went over there, and Jessica and I were sitting there, probably eating on some of that jerky. That deer jerky. We're sitting over there, and John disappears, and he comes back just grinning like a possum, eating sawbriars. I said, "What's he doing?" He said, "Man, I went over and put my foot on that Quest," and I was like, "Well, I know what's going on. Hey, go on and tell him what you try to do, John. Go on and tell him you try to slip it in. Go ahead."
I was ready for one I couldn't get it quick enough, and daggum, I tried to slide it in and not let her know I had bought it. Then
Here we go.
she fishes. All right, so this is how you know you got a good fishing wife. When you put a new trolling motor on the boat, and she walks by the boat and said, "When'd you get that new trolling motor?" And
she spotted that new question.
yeah, I mean, now there's a few little differences in it, but she said, "When'd you get that new trolling motor?" I said, well."
Yes, he was busted. That is so
I
awesome.
was
I remember you
done.
telling me that. Oh boy. What's old Scott Seals asking? I added a helix for my mapping. I'm currently running a 1222 and 93 SV and a 34 dedicated. He said he updated to 100 amp hour. Your thoughts on running all three on that? It'll run the heck out of that, man. Don't you think, John? 100 amp hour running those two units and the transducer.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can get you a days of fishing out of that.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, Scott. If I had to do over again, I'd have run 3 100s in my boat. You know, like John, I'd have been done with it. You know, you don't have to even. It's not even an issue. You know.
Well, but here's the deal about a lithium battery.
Yeah, somebody else is asking. Go ahead.
All right, so listen, guys. A lithium's good, and it starts going down a little bit. And when it plummets, it's done. It's over with. So if you got a lithium and you go to, say you start out in the morning, you're 13.3. Do you ever get below to 12 or to 212 or below 12? That sucker is about to go down on you. So don't think just because you fish the day before, you don't need to charge for the next day. If that thing gets around 12 or somewhere below it, charge it. Do not try to go fishing the second day on it.
Yeah.
A lithium's great until it's not.
That's right. They will fall on the face. I've had it happen because I had an Onyx charger give me some trouble, guys. It wasn't kicking up to 10 amps. It was staying on 2, and it didn't charge fully, and that thing died on me really fast. And I talked to Andy at Ionic, and we got a charger and everything. But the good thing about most lithium batteries are Bluetooth. It'll tell you how long it's going to run with the power it has, what you're using, the usage, and also tell you how long it's going to take to charge it. So,
Shane, we got a true legend in the house.
Where are we going? Let me scroll down here.
Coon Dog Causey has tuned. The Coon Dog Causey has tuned in.
I'll be dang. I ain't seen him on there in a while.
Yeah, we need to have Coon Dog on one night just to talk with us. He's a good dude, and he's got some fishing knowledge now. He's fun to talk to too.
Oh, Corey's got a good question. I probably know what John's going to say. He said my live scope is not showing fish clearly, driving him nuts. They sent him a new transducer, and it's still not right. I bet you it says wiring. What do you think, John?
Oh, so all right. So if you ever got this problem, the first thing you do is take a multimeter, stab your battery with the multimeter, get your voltage. All right, and then go up to your graph and see how much voltage drop you've got in between the two. That possibly be a problem. You know, if whoever wired it did too small of a wire, you might have voltage drop from the battery to your graph or to your black box. A lot of people don't realize what you're looking at on the graph is not the voltage that's coming to the black box. That's the voltage that's going to your graph. Things like that can make a difference. Man, it can be so many things.
I had to deal with that, John. You remember when my wire
my
wire was breaking down, guys, at the connection. I had some wiring that just it was basically turned brittle, Corey, when it got warm. And man, my voltage would drop like a rock, and then it started fuzzing out on me a little bit. So I would, like John said, I get a meter and check my wiring. It may not be, but hopefully it is, and that's something you can fix. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's a great question, Greg. What's some key lures for chasing crappie up shallow? He wants to know for us non-forward facing sonar people, just beating the banks. What's some key lures?
Oh man, about 1.5 inches white jig under a cord. Something about. I'll tell you another thing. If you can find some meal, it's hard. It's going to be early in the year for mealworms, but mealworms when the fish are spawning. It looks like some people say maggots. It's not a maggot.
No, I've used a bunch of them.
Yeah, a mealworm, about an inch long mealworm, or a small white grub. Something about the white when they're up there spawning, it is really really good.
Yeah, I seen some. I guess it was G Daddy Bates posted a crawfish today, and they opened up a fish, and all these bugs and crawfish were in these fish's bellies. I've seen Captain Coleman talk about using those
Hell,
grubs. I've
they
seen him talk about using that during the spawn.
Shane, they pulled $30 worth of crawfish out of that Crappie's belly. The way they're gonna be this year.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, they had a half a bowl right there.
I was in my boss and I we went and we all went on a trip to Gaydon, and that's where they raise a lot of crawfish. And man, it's crazy the way they farm those things. It was interesting. I know that for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, Adam, that's exactly right. Share CrappieKast and get them to 10,000. I know that's how I found it. Appreciate it, man. We are getting there. We're at 80. We're at 8,100 right now. I think we hit it. We hit it today. We maybe hit it now. I don't know. It's growing by 100 or 200 a day, guys. We got like 80,000 interactions, with comments and likes. I'm talking about it's growing, guys, and thanks to y'all. Appreciate it for sure. I don't know, Chris. Me and Chris talked about this on the phone. He said your thoughts on voltage and the unit's ability to show better picture. Several Garmin big names are saying 16 volts for the best pic quality. I'm sure it helps compensate for lost voltage. I've seen so many different opinions on this and videos and.
Man, I don't know. I mean, we got people that are running those that 28 volts on a black box.
Yeah.
And some people run the 32 so they can pick the stuff up better on the bottom. I'm running, I'll just tell you the truth, I'm running 28 volts on my black box. And then we typically stay around 13 on the graph. But, I can't say it's helping me in any way because I've been doing it for so long now. I guess I should try to. I've got two black boxes on our boat, our tournament boat, but I don't ever mess with go back to the 13 volts. We've just been running 28 for so long. I honestly had forgotten that we were even doing it. But,
John's got several batteries. How many batteries you running, John? 5? In your ring 5?
I've got, I only run a 24 volt trolling motor, so I've got two lithiums making a 24 volt system for the trolling motor, and then I've got 2 in parallel for house batteries as well as cranking.
I knew you had a good setup. You had a bunch of batteries.
Yeah, I got 200 amp hours for house power.
Gotcha. What's the winning rate for February 10th? Corey Williams, man.
Oh. I don't know.
Corey,
I've never been there. Shane's the only one I know that's been there.
Yeah, Corey, I imagine, it's 5 fish limit. I imagine it. I wouldn't be surprised to see an 11-pound stringer. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised. It would not shock me because they are there, I would not surprise me. That's a little over 2-pound average, and I believe it can happen, You may see a giant weighed in too. You know that. You caught plenty of 3-pounders Corey has down there. So
I'm out of the weight guessing game. I got burned on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would think it's gonna be a great tournament, guys. There's a lot of water to fish, man. That's a good thing about. I talked to Wes today. He wants me to come on their live Monday night and try to help some people feel a little more comfortable about the river and navigation and all that stuff, And I told him I would come on there Monday night and help everybody because you really can run the heck out of that river. There's nothing really bad. Going into some creeks, you got to watch the stumps, but you can see all the logs and all built. So built up on the shallows. So,
hey, Jessica had a question earlier that kind of off the mark. Well, not anything to do with.
Yeah.
You said.
Oh yeah, Groundhog Day tomorrow.
Groundhog Day tomorrow.
Yeah. What's everybody's prediction?
Oh yeah. What is it? What does it see? A shadow? You get what? I forget what it's like.
If they see their shadow, is it 5 more weeks?
6
I
more
don't,
weeks or something. I forget. I forget all that stuff.
I don't. I just
Yeah.
go fishing.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
going fishing. I bought me one of them Wind Rider suits. I'm talking about, son.
So what?
I'm not scared of any of it. I promise you that.
Somebody will put in what it is. It's if it sees the shadow, it's something. If it doesn't, it's something.
Yeah.
If
I
it
can't
sees
remember
its
either.
shadow, it's 5 more weeks of winter. And if it does it, it's
I don't know.
early spring or.
Somebody.
I hope it stays cooler because
Yeah.
I want those big girls to be getting bigger, more eggs, and
Exactly. Don't want to be in a hurry to get them to the stinking bank because John
no,
and I both really don't like the spawn guys. I know you guys like to beat the banks, but it's not our favorite time of the year. It's not mine by no means because you can go at dark and catch 60 and then go the next day and they disappear.
yes,
It's so crazy. They're so unpredictable. Like when you say May, and John agree with me, May you can pretty much name your pattern as long as it doesn't flood. You can go down there and load the boat. I mean, May's a great month. Tim Reeves said if they see their shadow, it's 6 more weeks of winter. Is that what I've always heard? I thought it was something.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep. Yeah. Shiloh wore his waders Saturday. I had my rain suit. And I will tell you all this, guys. I need to share it on here. I bought some waterproofing stuff off Amazon. It come in a spray bottle. And where I messed up the time before, I just sprayed and let it hang. You got to drench this thing outside and get it dripping and throw it in the dryer. Because I got a striker suit. It's not cheap. And it was leaking in the crotch. I looked like I peed my darn pants, everywhere I went after fish. I had a spot that big. It was so aggravating. Me and Shiloh were talking about that. And then it rained on us all day Saturday. And so I've got it waterproofed. I need to share it on my page. That stuff legit. It's a spray bottle. It's Revive or something like that. I'll post it on my fishing page.
y'all look. They sent me a picture. They look miserable. I was like, I'm glad y'all catch some dang fish because it looks terrible.
Oh, it was raining like a son of a gun. Hey, I think we seen 2 boats and they were duck hunters. Hey, we were out there giving them hell. I guarantee you that. I promise you. But yeah, man, let's see if I missed any questions, man. This hour flies by so fast. I walk on the treadmill every night I go to the gym, and that 20 minutes is like pulling teeth. It's awful. And then this hour just blows by. It blows by like crazy. Make sure I didn't miss any questions, man. I'm talking we had 150, 125 people on it this whole show. Appreciate all y'all's questions. Like I said, we'll get to them. I'll try to go back and answer some of them for sure.
On a positive note, I was glad to see that Ryan Willis's son Hunter.
Oh yes, I did see that. He was out fishing.
He had a good report and got to go on the boat with his daddy today. And
Oh.
his skin graft took.
That's
and,
right.
Man, what a blessing.
Yeah, man, because I know everything was kind of in the dark a little bit, not unsure. Now everything's,
That's awesome. I'm so proud. I mean, gosh, as a father, it was heartwarming to see his son and get to go on a boat with him.
Oh yeah, he posted that earlier. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, man, I'm glad to see that too, guys, because he had a pretty severe accident in his ankle, and I guess he's got pins and skin graft and stuff now. He's got a long road ahead of him, but he's young, man. You heal up, dude. I mean, when I tore my tendon in my leg, I was distraught. I couldn't go fishing for 2 months, and the doctor went, oh yeah, like he was working on a tire or something. The surgeon, one of the best surgeons in the world, fixed me right on up. So let's see, man. I hope I don't miss any questions. I sure hate to. But yeah, man, we've covered all kinds of stuff tonight, guys. I think, like I said before, I think it's supposed to rain Sunday here. Hopefully Saturday's going to be a good day for everybody to go out. I'm going to head to Demopolis myself. I got a trip to run with some guys coming in from Eufaula. I'm going to run him and his wife, and I hope they're stacked in the creek because I'm going to put the smoke to them if they are. I hope they really are. I hope I ain't got to hunt them. Sunday, I'll probably pre-fish up here. I'll probably go play in the rain up here and go find out where I don't need to fish up here at Bankhead. For sure. I'll probably do that, guys. If y'all up here fishing, holler at me, man. I'll be there if something happens. Guys, I'll say it Monday night. If something happens with your boat on the river there, I know a ton of people live on that river. Corey's got a place right there on the river. Just, we can get to you. You got cell service, just spotty up and down through there, but you can usually get a text out. So just wanted to say that right now in case I forgot. For sure, man. Appreciate everybody on YouTube. Hey, don't forget, guys, I'm going to put this thing on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Got a bunch of people listening on there, more than I thought, actually. And I'm going to continue to put it on there until as long as it keeps climbing, we'll keep doing it. We're going to keep spitting out this show, and I appreciate John and Jessica, too. They're always on here sharing information, and we keep this show going. And you guys you're just involved as anybody. Y'all keep it going, because if we didn't have questions, we'd be sitting here and talking about different stuff like I already do anyway a little bit. So. Appreciate y'all. We're going to end this show. We'll be back next Thursday, right before the Bankhead Tournament, Alabama Crappie Trail. I'll be on there a page Monday night. And like I said, my number's on my Facebook page, guys. If you need it, call me. And if you're worried about a creek or something, I'll tell you if you can run in it, run out it, whatever. And, I don't want you to tear your boat up. I want you to catch some fish and have a good time, guys. We're going to end this show. Thank y'all. Appreciate all our sponsors. Thank you, John and Jessica. Appreciate it. See y'all.